Hey, movie lovers! Welcome back to the Spoiler Zone, your go-to channel for all things movies related. Today, we're diving into the murky depths to talk about what I believe is the worst movie of 2023, the live-action adaptation of The Little Mermaid. And yes, there will be spoilers ahead, so consider yourself warned. Let's start with the obvious. This movie had a lot to live up to. The 1989 animated classic is beloved by fans worldwide for its enchanting story, memorable songs, and, of course, its vibrant animation. Unfortunately, the live-action version falls flat in almost every regard. First, let's talk about the pacing. The original animated film had a runtime of just 83 minutes, making it a tight and engaging watch. The live-action version, however, stretches out to nearly 2 hours. This extra time isn't used to add meaningful content or character development, but rather to pad the film with unnecessary scenes and subplots that drag down the overall pace. By the halfway point, you might find yourself checking your watch and wondering when it will end. Next up, the visual effects. In a world where we've seen breathtaking CGI in films like Avatar and The Lion King 2019, the effects in The Little Mermaid are surprisingly subpar. The underwater scenes, in particular, suffer from murky visuals and an over-reliance on computer-generated imagery that never quite feels believable. It's hard to get immersed in Ariel's undersea world when it looks so unconvincing. But what about the performances? Halle Bailey, who plays Ariel, does her best with what she's given. Her singing is undoubtedly a highlight, bringing a fresh and powerful voice to the classic songs. However, the rest of the cast doesn't fare as well. Jonah Hauer-King's Prince Eric is bland and forgettable, lacking the charm and charisma needed to make his romance with Ariel believable. Melissa McCarthy's Ursula, while initially promising, ends up being more campy than menacing, diluting one of Disney's most iconic villains. Speaking of songs, the new additions to the soundtrack are, at best, a mixed bag. While some of the original songs retain their magic, the new numbers feel out of place and forgettable. They don't capture the same sense of wonder and emotion that made the original soundtrack so timeless. One of the most significant issues, though, is how the film deviates from the original story in ways that don't add value. Changes to key plot points and character motivations feel forced and unnecessary, alienating fans of the original while failing to offer anything substantial for new audiences. In summary, The Little Mermaid, live action, is a prime example of how not to do a remake. It's a bloated, visually disappointing, and poorly paced film that fails to capture the magic of the original. If you're a fan of the 1989 classic, you might want to give this one a miss and stick to the original. What did you think of The Little Mermaid live-action adaptation? Did it sink or swim for you? Let me know in the comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an episode of The Spoiler Zone. Until next time, keep watching.